Hey there, membership geeks. Mike Morrison here. In this video, I'm going to take a look at CoachKit, which is a newly released add-on from MemberPress that turns your membership into an online coaching platform. And it brings a bunch of features that previously just not been available to people running WordPress-driven membership websites. So there's the potential for this to be a game changer if you are a coach who is trying to deliver your coaching program online through your membership and who needs a little bit of different functionality from the typical membership owner. Perhaps you need a little more direct contact, direct communication with your coaching students, things like milestones, regular habit building, all of that sort of stuff. CoachKit is aiming to be the solution to those needs. So let's take a closer look at CoachKit. So central to the functionality of CoachKit is the ability to create coaching programs. So the idea would be when someone enrolls in your membership and they purchase a membership product using MemberPress, they can be automatically enrolled into one or more coaching programs. And so within these programs, you can set milestones for your students. So these are goals they need to achieve, objectives, tasks they need to complete. So you can set up as many milestones as you need, and you set the timing of when these milestones are due based on when the program starts. So your first goal could be due 10 days after someone joins and enrolls, and then you have a follow-up goal which is scheduled for 5 or 10 days later. And all of this comes together to create a program, a series of objectives, milestones, goals that your coaching students need to hit. Now, if you're also using MemberPress's course add-on, you can attach courses to these milestones too. So milestone 1 might be learn a particular skill, and in order to learn that skill, they need to complete a course. So you can just select to actually attach a MemberPress course to that milestone, and it'll prompt the student to make sure they've watched the course, and it'll link directly to them from the program dashboard. You can also do things like schedule a check-in email with your students. So if they haven't marked their milestones as complete by a certain date or by the date it's due, they'll get a quick email directly to them with whatever text you want to set. So it can just be a little nudge saying, you know, we've noticed that you've not completed the milestone, and make sure you do X, Y, or Z. And again, you schedule whatever milestones you need. Not every single one needs a course attached. Not every single one needs a check-in email. They can be set to different timings. They can be set to weeks or months after enrollment. And that's kind of the cornerstone, really, of your program, is these milestones. The second element of your coaching program are your habits. So these will be things where you need people to kind of repeat little habits, little practices, little tasks and activities on a regular basis. It's not a case of doing it once and you've completed that milestone, you've completed that thing. These are things you want people doing all the time. So, you know, if you have a language membership, then those habits might be to practice one new word or one new sentence every single day. If you have a business coaching membership, it might be to read a certain amount of pages from the literature that you provide to your members. And so you can set these habits up within your coaching program, and you set the frequency that these habits need to take place on. So if it's a daily habit that they need to complete, then you set whatever the habit name or description is, how often you want it to repeat. So it can be daily, it can be every 2 or 3 days. You can actually customize the days of the week that the habit would fall on. You can set it to every week, every 2 or 3 weeks, or whatever. Again, you can have a little check-in email if someone doesn't mark the habit as complete for that day. You might not want to do this if it's a daily habit, because you don't want to flood people's inbox with, you know, have you read today? Have you read today? Have you read today? But for those, you know, more important habits or less frequent ones, you might want that email check-in as well. And again, you can attach downloadable material if you're using MemberPress's downloads add-on. So Really easy to set up, really useful in terms of kind of giving people the core activities and goals within that coaching program. And again, you can add as many habits as you need. We'll take a look at what this looks like for the student very soon. Now, within your coaching program, you can also set up cohorts. So if you want to kind of cap the number of people, or you want to organize your students into groups, then you can create cohorts, which are assigned groups of students who might be going through the course together, or you can set a limit on how many students you want in a program, so it might be a fixed enrollment. You can assign cohorts to different coaches as well, so you might want it so that every coach is responsible for just 10 students, so you'll have a different cohort for every coach. You can set a fixed start and end date on the program. You can mark a cohort as closed. It's really, really useful stuff, especially if you have multiple enrollment groups or you have multiple coaches working within your membership. So lots of cool stuff you can do here to get your membership program all set up. And this then links directly into your MemberPress membership products. So if you're using MemberPress, you'll be familiar with how you set up a membership level. Now you'll see, if you're using CoachKit, there's an extra little tab in that membership option where you select the program that someone will be enrolled into once they buy this membership product. So you might have just one core program that every member goes into. You might have 3 or 4 different membership tiers that grant access to different program levels. You can even customize whether or not people in one membership level get access to private messaging. So maybe you have an advanced tier for your program, which gives people the program and the ability to send private messages. And then maybe you have a cheaper option where they get the program, but they don't get the option of private messaging you. So lots of, again, real simple, but just connecting up between your membership levels that you're accustomed to within MemberPress with the new CoachKit coaching programs as well. So, and of course, within MemberPress, there are already built-in automated emails that go out to members for things like when they pause, when they resume, when their credit card's failing, when there's been a failed transaction or whatever. And with CoachKit, there's a couple of new reminders get added in. So the little check-in emails for habits, for milestones, for when they've got a direct message, and you can edit these. So click on edit, and again, you can actually change the text and the format of how these emails look, and also change the title and stuff like that. So again, very, very customizable there. All right, let's take a look at the student screen. So again, if you're a coach, if you're an admin, you can see the list of your students. You can go into the student profiles. You can see what programs they're enrolled in, how much progress they've made, what coach they're assigned to, when they started. You can see their recent activities. So this student, you can see when they started, when the admin, myself, added a little note into the user profile. So again, just a really useful space for you to check in and monitor what your individual coaching students are doing. All right, let's take a look at the front end of things if you are a coach. So you'll see now, if you've got the coaching enabled, on the left-hand side menu, there's now the option for coaching. If we click through to there, then that will take us through to our list of all of our students. So right now we've just got one test student, and again, you can click through to them, and you're going to get pretty similar information on the front end as you do on the back end that we just looked at. But what you will also be able to do from the front end as a coach, you'll be able to control your messages. So CoachKit has a built-in direct message, private message feature that enables you to communicate with your students individually. And on the front end, you can obviously go in, you can see that little chat box, you can start a new message to a new student, obviously reply to students who've messaged you and stuff like that. And this is, your central spot for member communications. You can filter down the members that you see according to cohort as well. You've got the little cohort list on the bottom left-hand side. And you can also see notifications and activity as well. So again, a little screen up in the front end that will show you what your students have been doing, and this is filterable as well. Now, if we take a look at the front-end experience as a student, as a member, using our dummy account, then you'll see that we've got the little coaching link on the left-hand side of our layout. Again, this is using MemberPress's Ready Launch feature, which designs some of the key pages of your membership. If you don't utilize that feature, then all the functionality will still work. It'll just fit in with the look and feel of your WordPress membership theme. But just for the purposes of simplicity for this video, we're using Ready Launch. So if a student clicks through the coaching tab in their menu, it'll take them to a coaching section, which lists all the programs that they're enrolled in. So our test student is enrolled in 3 different programs, and toggling the little arrow next to them kind of shows you an overview of what those milestones are. And then they can click through to the individual programs where they will see the milestones, the due dates, and they have the option of marking those milestones as complete. Now, if you've added any courses or any downloadable files that are related to the milestones, again, it'll highlight them here. And if they click on them, it then gives them the option of opening up that course or of downloading that file. When they have completed a milestone, they simply tick the box, it'll ask them to confirm, and then it'll mark that milestone as complete. If we go back to our list of enrolled programs, you'll see the progress bar updates and the status of the milestones updates too. And if we look at the program that we were editing before in the admin side, you'll see in addition to the milestones, you obviously have the habits tab as well. And that will lay out basically just a series of checklists, checkboxes for your students to mark as complete when those habits are due. So if it's a daily habit, there'll be a checkbox for them to tick every single day to say that they've done the thing. And if they haven't ticked it on that day, they'll obviously get the email reminder that we set up in the back end. But this is just something that's going to get them back, get them into a routine, get them into the habit of, completing those tasks every single day and making progress related to them. Now, again, in the front end, our students have access to the messaging. Obviously, with the messaging for students, they can only message the coaches of courses that they're enrolled in. And again, they can toggle between them, start new messages, and what have you. They can also see their notifications, which will be based around their activity, if they've had messages, and so on and so on. So it's a fairly straightforward layout, but again, just having these milestones, having these habits, and giving people that pathway, that focus, those reminders, those nudges, and a way of progressing, and letting you as a coach keep an eye on all of that as well. Like that, again, is going to be a game changer for people running online coaching memberships. So if that's the type of membership that you are running, you definitely want to be looking at CoachKit. However, I have a little bit of a bugbear, because when you look at the features that MemberPress promote for CoachKit, one of the big things they're focusing on is self-service scheduling. So the fact that you can use Simply Schedule appointments or Calendly, which are scheduling services, to let your coaching students book in coaching calls or other sessions, whatever you want to offer to them. Now, the suggestion through all their marketing material is that there is a fancy integration between those services and MemberPress and CoachKit. However, there doesn't actually seem to be a direct integration. In fact, when you look at the page for the Calendly integration, it just tells you it's a third-party thing that you need to purchase in advance. There's no link to buy a third-party plugin. There's no instructions on how you set the integration up. If you click on documentation, it just takes you to the Calendly Help Center. The little call to action button isn't download or buy this integration or this add-on. So from what I can tell, the integration, the official integration for Calendly and Simply Schedule Appointments, is basically you taking the embed code that those services give you and just pasting it into your website, which isn't a feature of CoachKit. You can do that already with MemberPress. You can do that already with just WordPress. It's not something that is actually a feature or is improved by or enhanced by CoachKit at all, unless I'm missing something. But I dug in, I looked around all the settings, I looked all over the MemberPress website and the Calendly website and all of that, and no, there's no direct integration I can see. It might be a case of there might be integration with Zapier, I'm not sure, but again, if there is, they certainly haven't explained that anywhere in the documentation, anywhere in the CoachKit settings. So that's probably my bugbear. A big part of the promise of CoachKit was centered around not only do you get to do the milestones, the programs, and the messaging and all of that, but also there's going to be tight integration with scheduling software. And there's not. It's just the same standard. Put the embed code from those services on your website and link to it somewhere. So that's a little bit of I don't know, an oversell perhaps on how big a part CoachKit plays in enabling you to have that kind of booking on your website, because it's not a feature of CoachKit and there doesn't seem to be an actual integration. Maybe they are premature in marketing it. Maybe they're still going to roll it out. Maybe they've rolled it out and had to roll it back. Maybe I'm just dumb and I missed something. But yeah, that was a little bit of a bugbear that that's not actually a feature as such. It's just really a suggestion. You know, if you're running a coaching membership, use CoachKit and also use Calendly. So CoachKit is only available for the elite license level for MemberPress. Now, this is a new pricing option that was introduced with the release of CoachKit. It is the most expensive option. It gives you all the other bells and whistles and add-ons from MemberPress, which you're probably more likely to be using if you're setting up this kind of powerful membership. It's only $100 a year more, or $200 a year with the standard pricing above the pro level. Technically, it's normally $999 a year, but anyone who pays attention will see that MemberPress always have a special offer on, so you'll probably never pay $999. Right now, when I'm recording the video, it's half price. It'll probably be half price when you look at it in a year or two as well. They might change their marketing strategy, so take this with a pinch of salt. So that's it. That is CoachKit for MemberPress. And if you are someone running an online coaching program and you're using MemberPress already to sell membership levels and membership products, this is going to be a game changer for you. And if you're just setting your membership up and you want to be able to have these kind of milestones, this sort of habit building functionality, messaging and all of that, there really isn't anything of this level in the mainstream market for membership-based software, especially one that ties in with MemberPress and MemberPress courses and all that sort of stuff. So this can be a game changer. It's a very, very exciting addition to the membership software world for WordPress. And I'm really excited to see what else they do with it, because I think this is just the beginning. They've got a lot of potential for developing this further and for further empowering online coaches to really level up their online membership. So that's my dive into, my review, my thoughts, my feedback on the new CoachKit add-on for MemberPress. If you're using it already, or if you're a coach who has been trying to find WordPress-based membership software and you've got other questions about it, let me know. Sound off in the comments. I'd love to hear any of your thoughts on CoachKit for MemberPress.